No more messing around, it's time to enter the monster known as Mount Mortar. And for now I'm going to tackle the easy part, because yes, there's an easy part. So right now I'm on this little ledge that's of the waterfall, but I can't go and surf on the water because that would defeat the whole purpose of needing Waterfall to reach the Karate Master that lies at the bottom of the cave. And by the way, apparently this is the same guy that I fought in the fighting dojo in red that gave me the Hitmonlee afterwards. So yeah, apparently this is the same guy, even though he doesn't even have the same name in Fire Red and Leaf Green. I wonder if they're gonna correct that hiccup in Hard Gold and Soul Silver, though maybe not. I think this is just the kind of oversight that's gonna stay there. And speaking of Hard Gold and Soul Silver, the release is drawing near, and usually Serebii gets his games a few days early, so I think the coverage will begin around the 9th or the 10th. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna continue this LP for a few more days, and once I reach the 7th, the 8th, I am going to stop everything until we know just about everything about Hard Gold and Soul Silver. And the reason is very simple, because I don't want to comment on something but then it turns out that it's disproved or that there's a reason for it later on, and I just don't want to put my foot where my mouth is. So yeah, right now the plan is to stop the presses in the middle of next week, and I don't know how long Serebii's coverage will last, but for however long it lasts, I'm not going to be putting out any new videos, but afterwards, count on me to deliver my opinion on everything about Hard Gold and Soul Silver. That's a promise. So I just fought a trainer here, and until I checked the map, I didn't even remember there being any trainers inside Mount Mortar except for the Karate Master. And even this trainer here, I'm looking at the map right now, and he's not even indicated on the map. There's just a ladder. There's no exclamation point to represent the trainer. I'm praying that I didn't fuck up royally by entrusting my care to this GameFAQs map. I'm looking at it right now while I'm playing, and I'm having a lot of problems to decipher it. Maybe it's gonna be a little clearer once I get deeper into Mount Mortar. And by the way, the easy part I mentioned earlier, it's gone. Once I push that strength boulder out of the way and I start going north, it's going to be game over. It will all be up to the map. By the way, you've probably noticed by now if you battle on Shoddy in Ubers, but Arceus, despite having been available via a Japanese event for the last month and a half or so, it has not been added to the ladder yet. And the reason for that is because the Arceus, I think I've mentioned it once several videos ago, it came at level 100, and as a result, you can't boost its EVs by any other means than vitamins, meaning that the maximum amount of EVs you can have in one single set, oh god, not supersonic, now it's gonna force me to switch. And here I was using Thunder to try and save my Ice Punch PP, sorry, for things that would require it, such as Geodude, for example. So, as I was saying, you can't have more than 100 EVs in any stat on Arceus. And the problem is that the current version of Shoddy Battle cannot handle that. But fear not, because there is another version of the program in the works, Shoddy Battle 2, which will, among other things, be able to cope with the EV restrictions on Arceus. And from what I've heard, there's also going to be doubles in Shoddy Battle 2, and not only that, there will be things that have never been seen in the game before, such as triples, quadruples, quintuples, sextuples. Sextuples? Sextuples. No, sextuples. Oh, Jesus Christ, Mount Mortar is just driving me crazy already! But, okay, enough of this. I'm going to check the map to make sure that where I go... Okay, I'm supposed to go to the letter E, which is just north of here, so I should be fine. And, yes, you'll be able to do all that in Shoddy Battle too, apparently, even though it has never been featured in the game. Having all of your Pokémon out at once, to be fair, it's been a wet dream of mine ever since the series existed. 6 on 6, no bullshit, no switching, no... Well, although I don't think switching is bullshit, but you get the idea. It's just every Pokemon on a team against every Pokemon on another team. And I am really curious as to which kind of teams would be effective in such a scenario. Well, I'm saying that, but just asking the question is answering it. Trick Room! Trick Room! Trick Room! The second to last guy in Battle Revolution used a Trick Room doubles team, and for good reason. Trick Room kicks ass in doubles when used correctly, and I am going to say that it kicked my ass a couple times before I could even get to Mysterio. Okay, now it's time to check the map again to see where I am. So Nugget is the letter D, so here's a ledge I can't go up on, so I guess I am going to start heading back down. There is another item here according to the map. Here we go. I told you, this map is actually fairly accurate despite, well, it could have used some more colors, but otherwise, I was right early on when I supposed that it would look better than it does to the untrained eye once I got deeper into the mountain. So looking at it, about half of this floor is off limits for now, as is the entirety of the Waterfall cave. And as for the floor, Hugh? My name's Jeff, get it right! So yeah, as for the floor where the Karate Master is, there is a chunk of it that I can explore, well, just about everything but the section where the Karate Master is, because there's a one-way passage nearby, and I'm going to end up on the wrong side, so I gotta go all the way through the Waterfall Cave if I want to meet the Karate Master. So even though I can't explore much of Mount Mortar, don't get me wrong, I could never have learned all of this by heart like I did for the Seafoam Islands in Pokemon Red. I gotta say, that was pretty impressive, what I did there in the Seafoam Islands, learning every bit of the place by heart, even though it was just, knowing which puzzles to do and in which order. It still was remarkably helpful, but Mount Mortar is just so much more confusing than the Seafoam Islands. So for now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to Equity before the end of this video, hopefully, and in the next one I am going to explore, the floor where the Karate Master is, but there's that one-way passage that prevents me from getting to him. So, well, it's always fun when those Raticates try to quick attack my Gengar. Well, it's nice that they try to do something before they die, I suppose, but they still can't hit me for peanuts, so I still win. Anyway, as for the printed copy of the map that I have, well, I really had to cut the fat. I removed every piece of text from the file so as to only have the mask. And even there, that wasn't enough because Paint wanted to print out 4 pages. I had to tell it, because there's a function there where you can tell it that I want my picture to be on this many pages by this many pages. So I asked for 1 by 1, and the result was really nice. I expected some pixels to be missing, but none of them are. Everything is showing up perfectly. So I guess that's it for today. Next time, I'm going to be entering Mount Mortar again, but through the central entrance.